In this episode of Aviation This Week, Mitsubishi moving ahead with SpaceJet, then Boeing delivers the Block III Super Hornet for flight testing, and Bristow completes Era merger. Mitsubishi Aircraft on June 15th announced a new operational plan in response to the impact of COVID-19, but reaffirmed its intention to certify the SpaceJet M90. Japan Times reported that as part of its restructuring, Mitsubishi Aircraft will cut more than half of its 2,000 workforce and close all overseas bases, except for its flight test site in Washington State. To this end, Mitsubishi Aircraft is prioritizing type certification for the SpaceJet M90, which would be Japan's first commercial jet holding up to 90 seats. In its current fiscal year, the company plans to improve the design of the aircraft and validate data from more than 3,900 hours of flight testing. Earlier this year, Mitsubishi Aircraft suspended development studies on its shorter 76-seat M100 variant, which could be deployed in the U.S. market. SpaceJet development is boosted by the June 1st acquisition of Bombardier's CRJ program by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the largest shareholder of Mitsubishi Aircraft. Closing of the Bombardier deal gave rise to MHI-RJ Aviation Group, headquartered in Montreal. Boeing on June 15th announced two FA-18 Block III Super Hornet test aircraft were delivered for flight testing to the U.S. Navy, contracted to purchase 78 such aircraft. One test jet is a single-seat E model, and the other is a two-seat F model. The Block III Super Hornet is among three competing aircraft in Canada's Future Fighter program to replace its fleet of CF-18 Hornets with 88 new-generation fighter jets. Relative to the Block II configuration, Block III adds longer range, reduced radar signature, enhanced computing and communication systems, and a 10 by 19-inch touchscreen display. The fighter's life is being extended from 6,000 hours to 10,000. In addition to providing the easiest and most cost-effective fleet transition for Canada, the Super Hornet holds a two-engine design, which many see as critical given the country's vast airspace. Boeing also pegs the jet as holding a cost per flight hour of $18,000 US. More than 800 Super Hornets have been delivered, primarily to the U.S. Navy, accumulating more than 10 million flight hours. Bristow Group and Era Group on June 11th completed their merger, first announced in January 2020. Operating under the Bristow Group name and headquartered in Houston, Texas, the newly combined company holds a fleet of more than 300 aircraft, of which more than 80% are internally owned. Bristow is the world's largest operator of Sikorsky S-92s and Leonardo AW189 and AW139 model helicopters. Chris Bradshaw, who led Era, has been named President and CEO of Bristow, which now holds significant operations throughout the Americas, Nigeria, Norway, the United Kingdom, and Australia for offshore, search and rescue, civil and government transport.